Hi, I'm Prem Ahire, the head coach of MS Dhoni Academy. And today we have Rohan Rangarajan, a member of Singapore national team. Also has represented the under-19 side and is one of the finest batsmen Singapore is having right now. So today he's going to share some of his thoughts and guide our youngsters as well and give few key points as well. So Rohan, just tell me what inspired you to take up cricket and how is the journey so far?
It started when I was younger, because my dad used to watch a lot of cricket, so I used to watch with him, even though I didn't understand much. But the reason I started playing cricket was it happened in middle school. So it was lunch break, and my friends and I were just having lunch. And then what we do is we have lunch quickly and then go and play football. So my PE teacher decided to have cricket tryout. So I thought, why not? Let's just try it out. So I tried out, and the selection was pretty easy. So what he did was just lob the ball up, and if you caught the ball, you made the team. So I was one of the few who actually made the team. And I've been playing for the school team from then. And I started playing, I started training, and I've been doing that ever since.
So Rohan, this under-19 Asia Cup, you played against some really good teams like Afghanistan, Pakistan, So what was the experience like? What preparations you did with respect to batting, bowling? What was the preparation?
From training perspective, we didn't change much. We went through the same motion, we just trained, we played together. But I think the biggest difference between teams like Singapore and Afghanistan or Pakistan, I think would be the match experience. The exposure they're exposed to and us, I think it's a big difference because we play amongst ourselves. And these guys they travel abroad, they play against some good cricketing nations. As for the skills-wise, I think we're not too far off because we can play the cover drive, we can play the pull shot as well.
Yeah.
So I think if we're exposed to tournaments like the EPS more often, I think we can give them a good challenge in the next few years.
Rohan, one of the highlights of your career was the under-19 qualifier World Cups in Malaysia. So you did pretty well with bat and bowl. So just share the experience, how was it all about and how do you feel about it? You did pretty well.
I think the best part of that tournament was that I was able to go with a bunch of close teammates because we've been training for so long. I think 2 years we've been training, we've been playing matches together. So from that we became a really close unit. And from that standpoint, I think that really helps your performance because I know for a fact that I have people that I trust sitting back in the pavilion. And for a batting perspective, I think the reason I scored a lot of runs because usually whichever team I play for, I always tell myself that there is no one after me who can bat. And I keep telling myself this so I can make calculated risk when I bat. And for bowling, if my captain trusts me to bowl, I'm just going to deliver. I'm just going to bowl that dot balls and like what he asked me to do. So just work on those dot balls, and if I can get dot balls, I know wickets are going to come.
So Rohan, last year you went through a rough patch. So since that, what changes you have made to your game? Any special preparations?
Last year I didn't score many runs. A lot of games I had a decent start, but I threw it away. And I didn't score many runs. So the only change I made was I told myself that the longer I bat, the runs are going to come. So even if I'm at the start, even if I'm like, for example, 30 runs of like 60 balls or something, I know I can catch up in the end. But for that, I have to play those 60 balls first. So that's the only change I made, and once I got my form back, it became a lot easier because I knew this thing is very temporary. Everyone's gonna go through a rough patch. You're not gonna be scoring for a few games, and you're gonna doubt yourself. A lot of my coaches, even Chetan, told me that this is the time when you back yourself up and back your skills up, and if you can do that, you should be able to score. That's the only thing.
So basically, we're just trying to keep things simple.
Yeah.
And follow the basics.
Yeah.
Rohan, recently you got best batsman for this EPS series and you're timing the ball quite well. So what was the difference? Would you like to give some tips to the younger kids of our academy? Any special preparations for the game, the shorter format?
I think three things that are often overlooked is your bat speed and the timing of the ball and you just backing yourself up. If you can it's not so much about just having that power to hit those big sixes. I think if you can get these three things right, you should be able to clear the ground pretty easily.
Does the white ball make any difference?
I think the white ball is actually a little harder than the red ball, and I think it travels along the ground a lot faster. So if you can get it into the gap, all you have to do is just time the ball. If you can do that, get into the gap, you should be able to get those runs.
One of the highlights of your career is the under-19 ICC World Cup qualifiers you played. So you did pretty well with batting and bowling. So you were the man of the series. So just give your thoughts on that. Like, how was the experience?
I think the best part of that tournament was that I was able to go for that tournament with a bunch of friends. Because this team, I actually trained with them so often. We played a lot of matches together and we were a very close unit. And that actually helps with your performance as well, because you know that your friends are backing you up. And for my as for batting, I think I would say that I told myself that there's no one else after me. So if I get out, I don't think anyone's going to be able to score. And from that mindset, right, it really helps you to score, because then you make those calculated risks. And that's the only thing I told myself. I knew there were people there. I knew there are people there who can score. But then if you tell yourself this, then it's going to be so much easier to make those decisions. And I think that's why I scored a lot of runs.
That's good. So Rohan, you have been associated with MS Dhoni Academy for a while now. So how is the feeling like? What do you think about the environment over here? And what inputs you would like to give our younger kids when they grow up?
I've been playing cricket for about 10 years now. So during my journey, I've been coached by a lot of people. And with that being said, I've learned a lot, because they all have different perspectives. And as a coach coaching these guys, I think the best part is I can help what I learned. I can put that into them, and they get another perspective as well. And a few tips that I would give these guys is that the first thing you have to do is believe in yourself. I think the most important thing is to believe in yourself, and then the ability to make things change. For example, you're batting and then you need a few runs and you have lost a lot of wickets. If you believe that you can make the change and you can help your team win, more often than not you're gonna help your team do that.
And do you think, like, these days with the younger generation especially, there is a lot of distraction and they're being simply impatient. So what suggestions you would give? Like, how can they concentrate on the game for longer period of time? And do you think they should follow a pathway? Like, I mean, it can't be instant. The success, it won't come like quickly. So what would you recommend to them?
If you see the kids batting now, all they want to do is hit a 4 or 6.
Yeah.
And I've been telling them what my coaches have been telling me is just take your time and play more balls, play and leave more balls. Because when that happens, you get your eyes set in. Then the 4s and 6s will come naturally, so you don't have to force it. So that's the only thing I've been telling these guys. Whenever they have to write their notebooks, I've been telling them, make sure you bat long. Make sure you want to score that big 100s and big 200s or whatever. Because to get there, it's going to take time. You cannot be impatient.
So thanks a lot, Rohan, for your time.
Thank you,
like, it was really pleasure to have you and like share your thoughts with MS Dhoni Academy. And I hope the input you have given the kids and like the younger generation will be very helpful for them. Thank you so much.
Thank you.